I had bought a second-hand Ford convertible, and with this I would commute to the studio. The elegant world of Hollywood, the life of the stars, all that, was to be left to one side. The studio had engaged a suite for me at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I stayed there until I bought the car and found the shack. When I went back to the hotel for the last time to pick up my mail and my belongings before driving out to the beach, there were many invitations, among them one to come to cocktails at Lady Mendel's. I had heard of her. She was a very old lady and a decorator, and she interested me. She was outside the things I had marked as off-limits. I accepted this one invitation. I'm very glad I did, for since I met her, when I sit and look through the blue haze of my cigar, there always appears the one creature who gave me inspiration, who fought the phantoms, who, day in and out, set me an example that made beautiful sense. She weighed about 90 pounds without her jewels, and when I met her she was 90 years old. When you live here and there and travel a lot, the seasons run into each other, and the years lose shape, especially if part of the time is spent in Hollywood. The war was almost over. I had worked with the OWI and finished a guide for the troops in France. I had written the story for an anti-Nazi film called The Blue Danube and for another called Yolanda and the Thief. There were plans for producing both of these. There were the usual meetings with the agent and the producer. I was quartered in an office, elegant and air-conditioned, and, as I have said, I got the old car and drove to the Beverly Hills Hotel to move to the beach, and there was, among others, the message which said, "While you were out, Lady Mendel's secretary, Miss West, called to ask you for cocktails tomorrow around 6. I experience an occasional pleasant illusion. It is the dreamlike sensation that, in a former existence, I was a person of great consequence, one who lived in marble halls, a munificent, benevolent king, marquis, or a prince. All other people who share this belief find that they were equally well placed. No one has ever told me that in a former life he was a butler, a dishwasher, or a policeman. In consequence of this, I have a great preference for palaces, magnificent interiors, for faded silvered mirrors, marbles, and antique statuary. In Hollywood, one can find almost anything, but I did not expect to find there the reincarnation of the scenes of a former life and to come across a little palace exactly like the lovely silver and blue Amalienburg that stands in the park of Nymphenburg outside Munich. Nor hope to find therein, reflected in faded mirrors, the fabulous creature who, with discipline unmatched, defied the eternal fears.